Good. Good evening. It is Sunday, the 2nd of January 2022. My name is Liam. I'm an author, a creative writer, and writing poetry about love and inspiration and all of these wonderful aspects of our human nature is something that I've been consequently working on for about 10 years. And I use this presentation to speak to an audience of beautiful people who are interested, inspired, and enthused to listen to the power of the creative word. This little presentation is coming from a town called Eckernförde in northern Germany. The town is on the Baltic Sea. It's 7 p.m. Central European Time, 1800 Greenwich Mean Time. And I would like to welcome you with an open heart and a big happy smile. Good evening, Carol. Good evening, my dear mum, all the way from England. This evening is going to be divided into three, thank you, Carol, three different short blocks. I'm going to be reading new poetry to you which hasn't as yet been published. I'm going to be reading a poem to you from Rumi. This is an ancient mystic poet from the 13th century who is a tremendous inspiration. He's an Einstein of the written word, a Shakespeare of the ancient day. Good evening, Gilda. Lovely that you've made it. Welcome. Welcome to the poetry reading on this rather grey, dull, rainy and cool Sunday evening in northern Germany. The third part of this evening I would love to dedicate to you as my listeners. I would love to read you poetry that you intuitively choose. What do I mean by that? What we do, we'll choose one of the volumes that I have here. All of these volumes are available just for those who are interested in purchasing on Amazon. You can just go to Liam Kennedy and you will find these 3 volumes of poetry. We're going to choose one of the books, and then what you do, you choose a page number. We'll do this at the end of the presentation, and I will read to you a poem which is relevant to 2022. It always depends upon the question that we present to our subconscious minds. And being the very beginning, the 2nd of January, the very beginning of the year, everyone, all of us, in some way or another have reflected about the year which has been, and in a way cast our intuition and our imaginations into the future of the coming year as to what it is that we want to achieve, where it is we would like to go, and how is it that we would like to get there. What, where, and how. These are simple but profound questions that when we dwell upon them, intuitively, we are already seeking the answers. And those are the answers which can support us, support our efforts, support our clarity of consciousness to achieve where it is that we want to go to and where it is that we want to go to, it will always be something more fulfilling, something happier, healthier, more loving, more caring, all of these beautiful qualities which define our very human nature. So that'll be the third part, you choosing poetry, which is going to, in some way or another, link up to where it is that you will be going in the coming year. So, at the bottom of your screen, of this live screen, is a comment bar or a comment box. And if you would like to leave comments, as you have already, please continue to do so. And without further ado, I would like to open this poetry evening, first of all with a reminder. The reminder being, when we listen to poetry, it's unique because it's not a performance. It's a presentation of art in a way in its purest form. Art that we can look at, a sculpture, a painting, is something which meets our sense of sight. An artistic performance would fulfill all of our senses of hearing and all the excitement on the stage. But with poetry, it's a subtle art. It's the art of listening. It's the art of discovering what it is that resonates with you. These poems are words about ideas and thoughts and meanings, but they only have any consequence when the one idea, the one thought, the one picture or image or metaphor is something which resonates with you as an individual. That's the magic. That's where words on a line leap across open space, thousands of kilometers, down to friends and friends down in South Africa, to family in the UK and across in America and Canada. So keep your listening open for that and tune it into that sensitivity and see what it is that resonates with you. Write it down, reflect about it, talk about it. And being the beginning of the year, the first poem I'm going to read to you is one called These Days. These Days. Divergent focus. Turn off your radio and your music, television. Sit back, and close your eyes, and see how much of these pictures wake up in your own imagination. These days, we still collect the sunsets as years roll passing by, open, fresh to each new morning, our day to share blue sky. A story where we found the other, as lovers playing in a game. Fly the moon, full the song. No darkness hide where this heart belongs. Sing serenades, share hope, create joy and give praise, evermore together. we create these magical days. These magical days that each of us on each and every day strive to discover a little bit of magic in whatever it is that we do and however it is that we do it. The years of life roll by, and on each and every day, where this heart belongs, sing a serenade, share hope, create joy, and give praise. It's a poem of inspiration. This next poem is called The Field, and I'll read it and then I'll talk about it. So, The Field. Out there, beyond your anxiety, beyond my own insecurities and insufficiencies, is a wide space, is a fertile field. Let's meet. Tell me the way, she asked. Leave the enemy of your ego behind. It echoed. For the obstacles that hold you back, alone you have created. Meet me, greet me, let's dance and ring bells of freedom, flowers of forgiveness, the green grass of gratitude, the blue heaven of a new day dawning. Go, let yourself go. So in this poem, The Field, it implies that out there beyond our personal anxieties, insecurities, and insufficiencies is a wide space, an open field. This is a place of abundance. This is a place of universality, where we meet not as humble individuals, but we meet in the greater aspect of our fulfilled nature, something which is resonant and rich and strong. So the poem goes from the metaphor, and then the words are spoken by a young person, a young woman. She says, tell me the way. Because of course this is the question we all have. How is it? Where is it that we can get there? The great mystery of how it happens. And the answer echoes back in her own thinking. It's like this great story of Parsifal. It culminates with Parsifal is required to ask a question, the fundamental question. We need to ask ourselves why. Tell me the way, she asks, and it echoes in her own imagination. Leave the enemy of your ego behind. For the obstacles that hold you back, alone you have created. Meet me, greet me, let's dance and ring bells of freedom, flowers of forgiveness, the green grass of gratitude, the blue heaven of a new day dawning. This is what awaits us when we meet our own selves. It's not meeting another individual. It's not meeting another person. It's coming into contact with our deeper nature, in this deep inner field, this deep inner place of awareness. The echo, the last line again is the echo, which is go, let yourself go. You don't go there with your ego trying to present something. You go there in quietude, in stillness. And in that moment of peace and inner reflectivity, the magic happens. So again, it's a poem to inspire, to tickle your own questioning about how is it that I make each and every day of my new year 2022 one in which I can discover the magic. We first discover the magic in who we are, and then it reveals itself in everything around us. Good evening, Susanna. Welcome from wherever you live to this little poetry reading. This next poem is called The Rainbow. And I've read this poem on several times because it's just a beautiful little poem that I want to share with you once again and reflect about the imagery, the ideas, the thoughts, the concepts in your way, and write into your comment box if anything comes up, and share it with us. The rainbow. Your way begins over there, on the other side of the sky. The bridge there is a rainbow of love. It connects us to all and everything. Believe not your eyes, it's your heart which needs to step out, step forward, not blinded by light, but intoxicated with color. Singing with the birds, for those wings are yours too to fly. Those songs are yours too to recite, as poems of how we have come to be, so alive, so much more, so free. The rainbow. Good evening, Hanneli. Lovely that you made it. Wonderful. All the way from South Africa. Great. So this little poem takes the metaphor of the rainbow and says, don't believe your eyes when you see the rainbow, but discover the magic of the colors in your own self-perception. Be intoxicated by the color. And in that intoxication, it fills one up to sing with the birds, to take those wings and metaphorically fly into the life which is yours to enjoy and live. Yeah? Leave behind what we believe, the obstacles that we believe hold us back, the insufficiencies. As I mentioned in the last poem, we leave those aside. The world is far too abundant. And if anything holds us back, they're only obstacles which we ourselves have created. So intoxicate yourself with the colors of the rainbow. Recite the songs and the poems of how we have come to be, how you have become who you are. In itself is a magical journey. Discover the beauty of that, the fullness of that, and rejoice in it, feeling alive, so much more, so much free. The little poem, The Rainbow. So, to everyone who's here this evening, a happy new year. I hope you, all of your dreams, dream them, dream rich and full, and step towards those each day in a way which is enriching. And do it. How do we do it? We do it by going in peace and quietude, and reaching out with gratitude and comfort to anyone and everyone that needs it in your lives and in your communities, where we live. And we can all do it in our own particular individual way. And that will be a resonation of who it is that you are becoming. Find the magic. This next little poem is called About Thoughts. And again, it's a reflection of how thoughts create what we think we are, but who is it that we really can become? Appear as you are and be as you appear. So, be as you are and appear as you are and be as you appear. So what does that mean? That's like really be authentic. There's no need to be something that advertising is trying to sell you or sell us. We are who we are, and we know that. No one needs to tell us who we are, but we need to discover it, because sometimes we live a lifetime without ever actually having found that source of our own self-inspiration. So that's the idea, I think, that this poem is driving towards. So see if you can discover that in the words, and I'll read it out now. Appear as you are and be as you appear. Truthful to the self. Ask not why time runs from you, why the rain deepens sadness. Realize it's the mind which sets the pace. Alone the mind creates the reality of space. Why, though, do we call this awareness our home? In recognition, we create our reality. We neurologically form the way we perceive. Become gracious with yourself. Immerse yourself in the joy of gratitude. Laugh at the ineptitude of your own inconsequence. Simply try again. Again. It's this conviction which makes the difference. Creating neuroplastic pathways of intelligence. New thoughts create new feelings, create new ideas. We are what we think. We are what we believe. And we are what we achieve. We are what we think, what we believe, and what we achieve. So that's the process. It's a scientifically researched pathway of how we create something new. The thoughts, to the beliefs and the feelings, to the achieving of what it is that we do. Thinking, feeling, and doing. That's how we transform life. That's how we create a life worth living. In spite of all of the difficulties that each and every one of us have experienced in the course of growing up and growing older. So we're moving forward. There's a beautiful little poem I'll share with you. It's called Ruby Red, and it's quite magical. Go down again to the secret fountain. Sip sweet the moonlight of your soul. It was ruby last year we drank together. Now the red reflection of emergence within the soul. Ours, yours, theirs, indeed we. Hear the blossoms dripping fragrance. As gratitude around us grows and embraces all. Seeds of love needing nothing more than participation. To again germinate the truth of this moment. Freeze the call. To again germinate the truth of this moment. To again germinate the truth of this moment. Freeze the call. So go down again to the secret fountain. Sip sweet the moonlight of your soul. It was ruby last year we drank together. Now the red reflection of emergence within the whole. The red reflection of emergence within the whole. The reflection of one's own emergence. I've still got more to read, but what I really wanted to do as the second part of this evening, I wanted to read something directly from Rumi. Now, I'm sure most of you might not have read any of Rumi's work, but because he has inspired me so much, I would like to read a poem to you. And there you are. This is called The Essential Rumi. It's a translation, of course, from the ancient Arabic by Coleman Barks. And it's from the chapter which Rumi talks about called Recognizing Elegance. And this poem is called, it's called Father Reason. Excuse me. So Rumi writes, the universe is a form of divine law, your reasonable Father. When you feel ungrateful to him, the shapes of the world seem mean and ugly. Make peace with that Father, the elegant patterning, and every experience will fill with immediacy. Because I love this, I am never bored. Beauty constantly wells up, a noise of spring water in my ear and in my inner ear. Tree limbs rise and fall like the ecstatic arms of those who have submitted to the mystical life. Leaf sounds talk together like poets, making fresh metaphors. The green felt cover slips, and we get a flash of the mirror underneath. Think how it will be when the whole thing is pulled away. I tell only 1/1000th of what I see, because there's so much doubt everywhere. The conventional opinion of this poetry is it shows great optimism for the future. But Father Reason says no need to announce the future. This now is it. This, your deepest need and desire, is satisfied by the moment's energy, here, now, in your hand. So Rumi creates this image of the metaphor of the leaf talking together like the leaves of a tree, talking together like poets, creating something, making fresh metaphor. And then he says, the green felt cover slips. The cover of that reality slips away, and we get a flash of the mirror underneath it. So what he's doing, he's pointing towards all of the abundant energy of life, which is in front of all of us and every conceivable living thing around us. Think how it will be when the whole thing is pulled away. When it's pulled away, that means we are able to perceive the dynamic forces of life and experience them with our five senses. And he goes on and he clarifies this whole thing and says, yes, it is, you can, because it's right here in front of you, here in your hand. Wow. That's powerful stuff. So, beautiful people, part 3 of this little presentation on this first Sunday of 2022 is now dedicated to you. Here are the books. I've got them all as hardcovers. We can take book 1, 2, or 3. There we go. Hardcover, New Millennium Poetry, Volume 3. I would like you, as my audience, to type in a page number and a book. You can choose. The book would be the first number, 1 to 3. So here we got 212 pages. So book number 3, 212 pages. The idea is, listen up, listen carefully. Think of the coming year and what intuitive impulse could a poem give to you to inspire you in the course of the coming year. And that poem I will note and copy, and I could even send it to you so you could look at it in your own time and read it. Unless, of course, you already have the book. So, book 1, book 2, book 3. Sandy Watts, welcome to this poetry reading. This part of the poetry reading, choose a page number between 1 and 212, and I will read you a poem intuitively, your poem for 2022. But I do need everyone just to type in a number at the bottom of the page. Thank you, Simona. That's page 34. That's book number, volume number 3. Anyone else, please type in the numbers. In your comment bar at the bottom of this live presentation page is a comment bar, and you can use that to make to give me the page number. Yeah, Sandy, just give me a page number. Gilda, Beatrice, Mum, my sister Sarah, all of you beautiful people, give me a page number, please. Beatrice, I can't see your number. I can't see the number. Sorry. Please type it in again. Type it in again, yeah? I can't see it, unfortunately. So, first poem is going to Simona. Page 34, volume 3. And the poem is called Thoughts. Beatrice, I still can't see it. Just maybe write in the number as a word. Write in the word, the number as a word, as a written word. I can't see anything. So, Simona, your poem. This is for 2022, and the poem is called Thoughts. And the introduction line, again, is a question. Don't know if you can read it. The question says, have I considered the intention of life? Have I considered the intention of life? What is the intention of this life? It's a question, it's a profound question for all of us, for everyone, and particularly for Simona. So here we go. Despair has drained me. Doubt has numbed me. Fear has paralyzed me. And insensitivity became my status quo. Lost, I then found intentionality, and it became my new paradigm. Gnawing on the tattered fringes of my awakening, intention whispered, love me. The seed pod bursts into life. The shell splits apart from the chick. The light shines forth through the cracks. The dearth of my past became the plenitude of my presence. Through the intention love gives to life. Wow. Wow, that's a very strong poem. It's, as you probably heard, it's divided into two parts. The first part, in a way, are these very fundamental and deep-seated questions: despair, doubt, fear, insensitivity, everything which are obstacles on the path to our own liberation and freedom and understanding. Despair, doubt, fear, and insensitivity. And then the poem moves from the one line. It says, lost. There we are lost. I then found. What was it? What did you find? Intention. Intention. What is intention? To move from intention to intensity. Yeah? Intention became the new paradigm. Gnawing on the tattered fringes of my awakening, intention whispered, love me. The intention to love oneself, not egotistically, but deeply, inwardly appreciating one's own value and self. And what happens? That deep moment of intentionality, the shell splits from the chick, the seed pod bursts to life, the light shines forth through the cracks. The dearth of my past became the plenitude of my present. Through the intention, love gives to life. Thank you. Derek, greetings all the way to beautiful Komiki. What a pleasure. Welcome. Yeah, I'm actually reading poetry from this new volume, and it's your turn choose a number between 1 and 212, a page number, and I will read to you a poem, an intuitive poem, which in some way will fit to you and your life in 2022. So please give me a number from 1 to 212 and I'll read you your poem. Beatrice, I still can't get it. Volume 3, page, I can't read it, I'm sorry. I've got no idea. I don't know why it's not working. Can you just write in the page number, the number now, and I'll read to you your poem. I wonder why this is not. What a shame this is not working, huh? Can't believe it. Sorry, Beatrice, I can't, it's not coming up. Not for anyone else. But there you are. I've just opened the book intuitively for you. This power of intuition is amazing. So here we go. Solitude. Can't read it. Not working. Sorry. Solitude is the poem I'm going to read for you, Beatrice. Your solitude is not your isolation. It's space. A place which is quiet and rich, vibrant, filled with who you are, resonating with what you think, vibrating with what you feel, harmonious with a vision of the true you. Here we are unique, original and beautiful. I was never taught to discover this place of solitude. We were never shown how intrinsically special quietude unfolds, unrolls, unravels. Places so filled with sincerity. Love's power lies in protecting your solitude. My solitude is love protecting me. Solitude. In solitude we are unique, original, and beautiful. I was never taught to discover this place of solitude. We were never shown how intrinsically special quietude unfolds. Quietude unrolls. Quietude unravels. Places so filled with sincerity. Love's power lies in protecting your solitude. My solitude is love protecting me. So here the idea is that the power, the energy, the force of love is something which will always be there to greet you, to protect you from those in these places of solitude, deep within your own soul. Simona, you have written 48. Thank you so much. Beatrice, poem 48. If you can see what anyone else has written, please let me know, because I can't see a thing here, which is a real bother, but there you are. Page 48. This poem on page 48 is called Cracks. So listen up, Beatrice. Here it comes. Good evening. Good evening, Gisela. Welcome. Give me a number from 1 to 212 and I'll read you your poem from this book of poetry. This one is for Beatrice. It's on page 48 and it's called Cracks. When you return to that hard rock of pain, caught tight in the memory of your mind, be instead drawn by the pull of what you truly love. That hardness is but another boundary. Love, however, will always find a better way out, shining through the cracks as it crumbles and breaks, leaving me stunned at how free love flows when we initiate imagination. Hanneli, oh wonderful, eventually something's coming through. 69 from volume 3, 69 for Fred. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Hanneli, great. So again, just to come back to this poem for Beatrice, traumatic moments of pain in one's own biography, they can be there as a boundary. But when you approach that boundary with the energy of care and love, it will find a way, a better way of lifting that boundary, shining through the cracks as it crumbles and breaks. The boundary crumbles and breaks and shining through, leaving me stunned at how free love flows when we initiate imagination. So this is the power of your thoughts and the power of your mind to initiate the process of one's own inner healing. So, page 69. For my good old friend Fred in Worcester, South Africa. Welcome, Fred. Thank you for your participation. What a pleasure. What a pleasure it is to read you a poem. One of the guys who really inspired me to start writing poems. Those crazy poems that you have written as well in the past. Just to remind you, you're a poet as well. This poem is called, it's from Inspirational Poetry, the chapter on inspirational poetry, page 69, and it's called Be It. So listen deeply, listen carefully, and see if there's something in this poem which could inspire you in 2022 to move to a place in your own self which is richer, stronger, deeper, kinder, more loving, more giving. Yeah? Be it. True. Love creates its own explanations wherever it ignites. Love is completely unambiguous as it burns away the superficiality and redundancy of my character. We experience, we become better. When you are but a drop which overfloweth in the ocean, love feels the ocean again, surging within that drop. a realization love is omnipotent, waiting patiently to embrace the wish of the beautiful being we are, we are, we are. Can you contain love? Can you understand love? Can you explain love? Why? Simply be it. So, Fred, there you are. When you are but a drop which overfloweth in this ocean of love. And this is not just romantic love. This is not Hollywood love. Love here is in itself a metaphor for the very substance, the energy, the abundance that exists in all of life and in each and every one of us. We just have to experience it. We have to recognize that it's there. We have to reach in and become part of it and share it and be it. When you are but a drop which overfloweth in this ocean, love feels the ocean again surging within that drop. Yeah? The ocean surging within the drop itself. And all of us belong to that magnificent ocean, resting upon the pillow of your bed each night as you turn to sleep and re-immerse yourself in that magnificent ocean of invisibility. You can't contain it, you can't understand it, you can't explain love. But why? You don't have to. Just be it. There you are. Yeah. Cool. Good, everybody. It's my turn. I'm going to read a poem. I'm going to read a poem for myself. I'm going to do it as well. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, in a way, open on a page and share this poem with all of you. So, with this intention, we are able to connect to our subconscious reality, and this reveals itself in the real world, in the real time. So let's have a look and see what's going to pitch up on my plate for 2022. So, page 164, should you have the book. Page 164, and the poem is called Beyond. And I'm reading this poem for myself and sharing it with all of you. It's over there, yes, beyond the limits, the borders, the beliefs. You will discover and be discovered by what you are not, also by who you are. Beyond, always beyond what you thought, what you felt, and what you knew. Here lives the new you, beyond, filled and thrilled with insight, joy, health, and love, in flow with yourself, also the universe and God. Beyond. Beyond what you thought, beyond what you felt, beyond what you knew. Here lives the new you. And with that, I say namaste, God bless, stay healthy, stay happy, have an awesome, abundant, amazing, wonderful 2022, And I look forward to sharing another poetry reading with you in 14 days. And should you be inspired and you would like these books to share and inspire you in your own day-to-day, it's 2 or 3 clicks and they're on their way. And Amazon is the magic word. Take care. Love you all. Beautiful people. Good night. Leo.